A couple arrives at a lake house to spend a vacation with friends, but an incident occurs that leads to everyone dying one by one. What was that incident? What is the mystery behind their deaths? And in the end, will anyone actually survive? Today's story from Science Fiction and Horror Movie Companion features multiple twists and a brilliant ending. Josh and Iris are a perfect couple. They have been in a relationship for a year, and their days are passing very well. Their first meeting was at a grocery store, and that day feels like a fresh, new memory to Iris every single day. Meanwhile, Iris woke up to Josh's wake-up call. Even in her sleep, she was dreaming of their first encounter. Iris is extremely possessive of Josh. There is a strange pull between them. So, these two have come to spend a vacation at the lake house of Kat's boyfriend, Serge. Iris feels a bit hesitant because Kat doesn't like her. She doesn't want to accidentally do something that would humiliate Josh in front of everyone. Like a good boyfriend, Josh comforts Iris and advises her to stay with him. Besides, to handle the situation, all that's needed is a simple smile. Kat opens the door and welcomes them. After that, they were introduced to everyone one by one. Patrick, his boyfriend Eli, and the owner of the lake house, Serge. During the conversation, Serge's entire focus was on Iris, though it's better not to mention what kind of gaze that was. Iris has deep suspicions about what Serge does for a living because he is not just wealthy. He owns the lake and as much land as the eye can see. After everyone freshened up, the party began. Patrick was reminiscing with Eli about their first meeting. Meeting at a party, then falling in love. Small moments matter a lot to both of them. Hearing this, others laughed, but Iris could relate to this incident very well. In her mind, thoughts of Josh always revolve. This is worth more than anything else in the world. However, Kat is completely different from everyone else. Despite Serge being married, she is in an illicit relationship with him just for money. What she eats, what she wears, and when they are physical, everything happens according to Serge's commands. All of this is almost shocking to Iris. She has never seen love in this light. Because of this particular thing, Kat envies Iris because Iris has every quality required to replace her. The party heated up. Patrick and Eli were absorbed in dancing to the music. When Kat tried to get too close to Josh, Iris grabbed her hand and moved her away. However, as much as Iris is possessive of him, Josh doesn't seem to be that way when looking at him. After loving each other at night, Iris tried to share her feelings, but Josh didn't pay any attention. As soon as Josh said, "Go to sleep," Iris fell asleep quietly like an obedient girl. The next morning, the two were supposed to go to the lakeside, but last night's hangover hadn't worn off yet. So he told Iris to go and visit alone. When Iris refused to leave him, Josh told Iris to wander around as she wished. He wanted to give her some free space. Accordingly, when Iris went to the lakeside, Josh was seen inserting a pen drive into his phone and doing something. On the other hand, arriving at the lake, Iris saw a knife in her pocket. She didn't know where or how it came from. However, she didn't get time to think because Serge was sitting there. Iris already didn't like him, so when she wanted to return, Serge practically forced her to give him company. When Iris became uncomfortable, Serge went a step further and tried to apply sunscreen on her. From there, things escalated to an extreme level. When Serge tried to get intimate by force, Iris hit him on the head with a bottle, and a scuffle broke out between them. Serge tried to strangle her, and at one point, to save herself, Iris killed Serge with the knife from her pocket. The most surprising thing was that, in that state, Iris was thinking more about not being able to see Josh than about her own death, which was more painful to her than dying because she loves Josh immensely. Right then, a strange incident occurred. Josh became agitated and, to calm Iris down, said, "Go to sleep." And immediately her eyes turned white, and she stood still like a statue. And here comes the biggest twist of the movie. Because Iris is not human, but a high-tech companion robot. They are smart like other robots, but their specialty is that they have been programmed in such a way that they can feel anger, love, and sadness like humans, and can even cry emotionally. For this, a type of fluid is filled in their bodies. However, they can never tell a lie. It is possible to give them controls and voice commands through a mobile app. The most important thing is that these robots themselves do not know that they are robots. When a customer buys or rents them, a love link is created to form an emotional connection between that customer and the robot. That is, the incident of Iris meeting Josh at the mall never happened in reality. Rather, it was artificially input into Iris's digital memory. And for this reason, nothing is important to Iris except Josh. A company named Empathics makes these robots. However, following government regulations, they give limited strength and intelligence to the robots and program them so that they cannot harm humans or animals. There is a sensor behind the robot's ear that can be used to restart or reboot them. So, overall, the job of a companion robot is to satisfy the owner through everything. Yes, exactly what you are thinking, that too. Whenever Josh says, "Wake up," only then does Iris wake up. And when he says, "Go to sleep," the companion robot shuts down. While the robot is off, the digital memory of the first meeting with their owner plays back like a dream. For this reason, at the beginning of the story, before Josh gave the wake-up call, the grocery mall memory was playing in Iris's system. Another thing, everyone present at the lake house knows that Iris is a robot. So, after learning the whole truth, Iris is totally shocked. She cannot accept that her existence and her love for Josh are all lies. But amidst all this, forgetting today's events, Iris only wants to return home with Josh. She is ready to do everything to keep him happy. From cooking and taking care of the house to getting intimate in bed. She will do everything with her mouth shut. She just wants her Josh. But now, since Iris has killed Serge, Josh will return her to the company. Just then, Kat came and expressed annoyance at seeing Josh talking to Iris. From their conversation in a personal room, another twist is revealed. Actually, Josh and Kat are in a relationship, and their plan was to somehow kill Serge, take the $12 million hidden in this lake house, and run away to live their own lives. For this, Josh rented Iris from the company and came to the lake house as per the plan. Josh knew a companion robot could never kill a human. So, to bypass the programming, Josh input a bug into Iris's system to remove the restriction on killing humans. Just like hacking a game with a cheat code. This is why Josh planned to tell Iris to go to the lakeside alone in the morning and cleverly tucked a knife into her pocket. At that time, Josh was seen inserting a pen drive into his mobile. Now, if the blame for the murder falls on the robot, there is no legal consequence for it. As a result, Josh will face no harm. He will only have to pay a fee to the company as compensation because Josh will show that this accident happened due to a glitch in Iris's system. And as eyewitnesses to this incident, they have called Eli and Patrick, which they, of course, do not know. Meanwhile, Iris frees herself, hits Josh in the throat, takes the mobile, and runs away. But before leaving, she also tells Kat how to take care of Josh because, after all, she loves Josh. Having no other way for now, Josh is forced to tell the whole story to Eli. That is, the money will now be divided into 2 or 3 parts. Initially, though he didn't want to agree, Eli's mind changes after seeing Serge's money. However, he doesn't want 3 parts, but 4, because Patrick was also with them. Josh is not ready to agree to this again because Patrick himself is a companion robot, meaning another twist. But Eli loves Patrick very much and gives him equal importance. He doesn't want Patrick to ever find out that he is a robot. When a fight breaks out between the two over this, Kat sets a condition. If Patrick can find Iris from the forest, only then will the money be divided into 4 parts. That's it. The 4 of them set out in 2 teams to find Iris. But meanwhile, Iris cleverly checks Josh's phone, turns off the voice command, and increases her intelligence from 40% to 100%. Immediately, Iris's sixth sense becomes active. Her first priority now is to go home. But how will she go home first, and what problems might occur upon returning? She makes a decision by anticipating every possible outcome. There is only one way to escape, Josh's car. But for that, she has to reach the lake house. The game of cat and mouse began, because while returning through the forest, Eli and his group catch sight of her. Iris hides and listens to their conversation. Patrick suddenly asks if Eli will change his program like Iris's. Because he already knows he is a robot, he just never revealed it because of what Eli would think. After learning this, when the two get intimate emotionally, the phone in Iris's pocket vibrates. Detecting her presence, they start to chase her. At one point, Eli even catches her. But during the struggle, Iris accidentally fires a shot, and Eli dies. Although Patrick was a witness to this incident, there was nothing he could do because he cannot perform any harmful activity. By then, the others arrived at the scene. Josh tried to shut Iris down, but it was of no use because Iris had turned off the voice command. Escaping from there, Iris gets into Josh's car and locks the door, but the car isn't starting because it is set to Josh's voice command. However, using her intelligence, Iris changes her voice module to match Josh's, and the car starts. Right then, Josh cleverly calls from Serge's phone and files a report of car theft. As the remote kill switch turns on, the car auto-locks. Josh takes this opportunity to call Iris and tries to emotionally blackmail her. He says he will be a better boyfriend and give Iris the respect she deserves. But she won't fall into the same trap. Maybe she loves him now, but her mind says otherwise. So, she breaks up with Josh and hangs up the call. Now what? Josh must stop Iris somehow, or else all plans will fail. Patrick came in handy. However, he doesn't respond to Josh's commands because Patrick is Eli's companion robot. Then Josh cleverly reboots the sensor near his ear and creates a love link with himself instead of Eli. That is, Patrick will now respond to Josh's commands in Eli's place. Josh increases Patrick's aggression level to 100% and sends him to capture Iris. Meanwhile, as soon as Iris breaks the car window and comes out, she comes face to face with a duty officer, Deputy Henry. But the issue is, if Henry asks anything, Iris won't be able to lie even if she wants to, because lying is not in her system. So, she cleverly changes her language to German. Despite giving correct answers to every question of Henry's, Henry understands nothing due to the language barrier. But unfortunately, seeing the blood-stained knife on the car seat, Henry arrests Iris. Right then, Patrick comes from behind, kills Henry brutally, and shuts Iris down through the app. He returns to the lake house with both their bodies. To avoid this mess, Kat wants to run away with her share of the money. She has no headache about what Josh will do or think. Josh is very surprised to see her attitude. He thought Kat loved him and they would live together with the money. But no, the case is completely the opposite. Kat reveals here that Serge is not some Russian gangster, but a common sod farmer. This sod farming involves growing grass on a huge area and selling it as rolls. Josh realized that Kat had cheated on him. When Kat tried to leaving him in this state, he gave a command to Patrick to stop her. Because of his 100% aggression, Patrick suddenly kills Kat. So, the situation is now completely chaotic. The only way is to hide everyone's bodies. Josh has now dressed Iris up and tied her in front of him. When Iris is turned on, her first words were that she wants to live her life her way, where no one's interference will be allowed. But when Josh blames Iris for the deaths of Serge, Kat, and Eli, Iris says the real cause of death is Josh's greed. He wants to show off his power every time. In reality, no matter how good Josh calls himself, he is actually a coward and weak. These words literally hit Josh's ego, and he decides to take revenge. So, before going to the ending of the story, let me explain. Those of you who have been seeing this as a robot story until now, according to that point of view, humans are much more harmful than AI or robots in the current era. Because how AI or a robot will be used depends entirely on humans. But if you go deeper into the story, you will understand that this is not just a story about robots, but the main theme of the movie is toxic relationships. In the current age, from a young age, the only goal of boys and girls is not a career, but love. In that love, care and affection are far-fetched. The real thing needed is sex. From here, if you look closely at every scene of the movie, every matter will be clear. After bringing Iris from the company, the first thing Josh did was sex. On the party night at the lake house, after doing it, when Iris was sharing her emotions through the love bond, Josh ignored it and just shut Iris down to sleep. In a toxic relationship, one of the two doesn't respect the other at all. Rather, they use them when needed. In this relationship, the boy or girl wants to control the partner and make them do things against their will, and the partner does exactly that to keep them happy. Just like as soon as they arrived at the lake house, Josh said, "No matter what happens, you will only smile." Even when she was sent to Serge according to the plan, when Serge started behaving indecently, a different kind of fake smile was seen on Iris. Interestingly, the victim in a toxic relationship stays in such an overdramatic illusion that they lose the power to understand their own good or bad. Therefore, it is wise to get out of such a relationship as soon as possible and find the real goal of your life. Now back to the story. To satisfy his ego, Josh sets Iris's intelligence to 0 and tells her to keep her hand over a burning candle. Because of this, even though Iris's hand burned and she was in great pain, she couldn't move her hand on her own. Finally, Patrick extinguished the fire and, as per Josh's instruction, put a gun in her hand and told her to shoot herself, because this would damage Iris's brain system and the company wouldn't get any records. Due to this, Josh would be able to pin the blame for all the murders on her. Meanwhile, Josh has already called the Empathics company to return Iris. They will come to pick her up in a while. So now, according to Josh's word, even though Iris doesn't want to, she shoots herself in the head. A few hours later, Teddy and Sid from the company come to take Iris. Josh cleverly dresses Patrick in Deputy Henry's clothes to keep him as a witness to the incident. Hearing Josh's story, it's quite surprising. But here comes another twist because Sid informs that, according to the company's user agreement, to stay safe from legal steps and so that the owner cannot commit any fraud, they will collect some data footage from Iris's hard drive. It contains backups of everything she has seen and heard. Josh is shocked because Iris has destroyed her brain system by shooting it. Then Sid informs that in Iris's brain, there are just Wi-Fi antennas, sensors, and such. The real hard drive is in her stomach, which is completely intact. Connecting Iris to the system in the van and rebooting her, they will get all the reports. That's it, Josh is stunned. As the two of them are about to take Iris away, Josh gives a voice command to Patrick, and he shoots and kills Sid. However, Teddy somehow survives and goes into the forest. Patrick is about to kill him, but just then Iris reboots and saves him. But Iris cannot kill Patrick because, after rebooting the system, her anti-harm restriction is back on. When Patrick tries to kill her, Iris explains that his real companion was Eli, whose death happened because of Josh. Patrick was listening to everything Iris said, even if he didn't want to, because according to the system, Iris cannot lie. When Iris reminded him of every word Eli said to Patrick, Patrick's system began to recall. Seeing Eli's body lying in the forest, all his memories came back. Finally, Patrick ends himself by giving himself a shock. Now only Josh is left. For this, of course, Teddy helped. He turned off the voice command from Iris's system and turned on her self-control system. That is, Iris is now a completely free robot. Now it's time to confront Josh. She could have run away if she wanted. But no, Iris wants to tell him face to face that the days of controlling her are over. Josh has no value to her. But Josh knew that no matter what happened, there was still love for him in her system. And using this, Josh played an emotional trick and attacked Iris. Iris was not ready for this at all. Here, the situation is just like trying to get out of a toxic relationship when the toxic partner shows their control. Despite all her efforts, being a robot, Iris cannot be that aggressive because of the soft corner for Josh. By then, Josh overpowered Iris and was about to destroy the hard drive in her stomach by shooting it. In an attempt to save herself, as soon as she drove a bottle cap opener into Josh's head, he died. The next morning was not like any other day for Iris. She has learned to live on her own terms, not depending on anyone, and not being someone's bedside product. The wound on her burnt hand will remind her every day of the terrifying nightmare, just like a symbol of a toxic relationship. Including this, Iris has found a new goal in life twice. The first time was the day she met Josh, and the second time was when she called Josh. On a sunny day, Iris set out in Serge's car. On the way, she saw a companion robot, looking exactly like her, sitting in someone's car. Iris showed her the robotic hand, warned her to come out of the illusion, and moved forward toward a new goal in life with a face full of vibrant smiles.